Anyway, welcome back, dear viewers, to another of my riveting logs. Today, I have interrogated Reaper from Overwatch. He is certainly. Please don't be yelling. Please don't be yelling. He is certainly an interesting individual, if I do say so myself, from what I've learned from my time with him, is that he is a very, very dangerous person, and he wants everybody to know it. From my time with him, he was very angry, very sadistic, very antagonistic, which I can completely understand as why he's considered one of the villains of his game. Although it does say heroes in the Wikipedia here, so I'm confused. But you know what? When have I not been confused when it's come to this stuff? Anyway, I talked with him, and I think he really needs to lighten up. And I have a very good way to do that. I have given him the task to be the sole guardian of one cup-headed child. Yep, that's right. I sent Cuphead on him. Maybe with that kid being a thorn in his side, he might learn to not be so antagonistic all the time. Who knows? Maybe they could be friends. Oh, could you possibly imagine that? Reaper from Overwatch and Cuphead, best friends. Yeah, I'll be dead before that happens. Anyway. Oh, okay, good. Here we go. Okay, this is Officer Ralph Williams interrogating Gabriel Reyes. Is it Rise or Reese?
Reaper.
Okay, yeah, sorry. He likes to go by Reaper. So, Mr. Reaper, can you explain your story? Hello? You gonna just sit there stoically? Yo, stop being so grim, Reaper. I have been tasked with getting information from you, and since I refuse to play those shooter games like Fortnite...
Please do not compare diamonds to pebbles.
Really? Because last I heard, your games aren't too popular either. The only thing I ever heard with the word Overwatch in it was when a pedophile died playing Overwatch 2.
Enough. I am one of the deadliest beings on Earth. I should not be on this side of the table.
Well, I'm sorry, but currently, you are a prisoner of the U.S. government.
Just because your pointless tests found some way to keep me alive, it does not give you any right to keep me as your property.
Well, your body is in a constant state of ripping itself apart and putting it back together. Whether you got control of your molecules or not, you're still in grave danger. Okay, dude, you're being a real jerk right now. I am trying to get as much information out of you as we need, and...
I was the first person to accept the offer to join Overwatch. A national task force formed during a crisis 30 years before the events of my game.
Ooh, okay, now we're getting somewhere. Now, when you were recruited, did you
I will explain my story beginning to end with no interruptions. We were a strike force during what was called the Omnic Crisis, and I joined after becoming a super soldier.
Like Captain America. Right, no interruptions. Sorry.
My friend Morrison was given the leading role, and I was content with being number 2. I never liked the attention and preferred working behind the scenes. After many missions and operations, I took leave in Mexico where I got married and had a kid. Then nearly 9 years before the events of my game, there was an incident involving an arms dealer and explosion. I attempted to evacuate everyone from the location, but 14 others weren't so lucky. So I went rogue and killed the man responsible. 2 years later, I would come into contact with the man we had captured, and he made me realize that no matter who I worked for, the world was still a broken mess. He made me realize that I was dealing with outdated notions of honor, when in reality there was only one code that this world truly respected. A code of violence.
Wow. So what happened after that? What happened to your friend and the organization?
I led a rebellion, split Overwatch right down the middle, and caused an explosion that the UN stated took both mine and Morrison's life. The last thing I saw before the darkness was the fear in his eyes. I was barely alive and was resurrected with more experiments and technology. It cost me my sanity, my face, and my life before all of this. But from that point on, I was Reaper, a ruthless mercenary who killed for others and was no better than a terrorist.
Oh, you really need to lighten up. This world isn't broken. It isn't as broken as yours, although we might be heading in that direction. You could find a hobby or a new best friend or, live the life Overwatch wouldn't let you have.
That will not be happening.
Hey, wait, you can't just leave. Come back, hey! And nope, he's gone. I think I saw some humanity behind that soulless mask. This is Ralph Williams, signing off.
So as you can see, he was not very happy at all about being here. But honestly, I can understand that none of them are. They get dragged from their homes and now they're prisoners. It's been weeks now of tests and videos and interrogations. Heck, I'd be pretty frustrated if I were cooped up in here too, and it... Speaking of being cooped up in here, Thomas and Wallace have been detained as well. And Wallace is being understanding, but Thomas is just hating it here. He just keeps trying to get out of here in any way he can. And boy, I feel bad for his lawyer. He is getting yelled at constantly. I'm a few doors down from his room, and every time I walk past, I can hear him yelling on the phone at his lawyer, being all like, "You better get me out of here at this very moment," or something like that. But nonetheless, they're stuck here about as long as those video game characters are, so who knows? They might be here for a while too. But I might as well get ready. Tomorrow is a very, very big day for me because we are going to be doing our first test on interrogating Kara. Now, after my conversation with Frisk, I personally wanted to stay away from Kara because it's very clear that girl is deeply traumatized by this dark side of her, and who wouldn't be? It's horrid just imagining yourself being taken over like that, and it's the point though because the higher ups want to talk to every single character, including the ones that possess the same body. So, tomorrow, we attempt to bring out Kara and see if we can get her interrogated. the record. I would do anything to not be the one interrogating him. I don't want to betray that little girl like that. But it's my job, so I guess I shall be interrogating the genocidal murderer. Hopefully nothing bad goes wrong with that.